Hello, you are watching News Mongolia on MNB World. I am your host, Jugdur Rambold. And for our top stories, Mongolia and South Korea Business Forum was held. Mongolia-Russia Tourism Forum held on February 15. Mongolian rescue team is continuing rescue operation in Hatay, Turkey. For the news, stay tuned. During his visit to Seoul, South Korea, Prime Minister of Mongolia Yoon Il-dun delivered a speech at the Mongolian-Korean Business Forum held on Tuesday. The forum was jointly organized by the Korean Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Mongolian National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. More than 70 representatives of 58 enterprises from the Mongolian side and 110 public and private organizations from the Korean side took part at the forum.
On this occasion, the two sides openly exchanged opinions on the obstacles to expanding business and economic cooperation and discussed the issues of intensifying cooperation in economic relations, including mining, tourism, banking, and telecommunications.
I work in the real estate business and my business currently covers the Asia-Pacific region. And I'm here to study the real estate market of Mongolia and to seek opportunities for investment. Currently, I work on the project of Altınbalık port construction. I'm here to introduce investment opportunities to South Korean investors in developing the major trade port of Mongolia that connects Mongolia and Russia. I mostly work in industry development. When it comes to Mongolia, I see a lot of opportunities of industrialization development. I see Mongolia is capable of covering its domestic demand and become an exporting country. Therefore, I'm here to contribute to the industrialization process of Mongolia. We currently cooperate with APU for Mongolian. APU products are sold in our GS retail stores. In the future, we are open to Mongolian elementary export products, and currently I am studying the products to be sold through our retail outlets. We are planning to conduct talks for future cooperation with companies present at this forum. Mongolia has exciting potential when it comes to precious metals, so I think this is the main direction we should focus on. The mining industry itself carries big potentials. If we manage to solve trade and transport logistics to South Korea passing through China to be more reliable and to be cost-effective, it will open us a whole new market and opportunities.
Currently, the international community is struggling to recover its economy after the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, the Russian war in Ukraine is disrupting world trade and transport chain. In 2021, Mongolia and South Korea upgraded their bilateral ties to strategic partnership.
As Mongolia is a landlocked country, we are seeking opportunities to deepen our relationship with our third neighbor countries. We see Busan as the closest gateway to the Pacific Ocean and through partnership as an opportunity to solve our infrastructure shortfall. Therefore, we attach great importance to Busan 2030. We are planning to cooperate with Mongolia in three main pillars, including economic partnership, developing green technology to fight climate change, and the extraction industry.
Participants at the forum also discussed a range of topics of mutual interest, including supply chains in minerals and resources. Top government officials were among the attendees, including the Mongolian Foreign Minister Batmok Batstsak, Hurul Batar, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Economy and Development of Mongolia, Gambatar, Minister of Mining and Heavy Industry. The business forum took place for the first time in 5 years.
Forum and a business-to-business meeting of Russian and Mongolian tour operator companies was successfully organized at the Shangri-La Hotel on February 15. Representatives of Russian companies are coming to Mongolia for a period of 5 to 7 days and will make an interesting trip to get to know what kind of tourism products Mongolia is offering. This forum was unique because it provided an opportunity for the Russian tour operators to meet with Mongolian tour operator companies during an entire day.
In connection with the announcement of the 2023 to 2025 as the years of visiting Mongolia by the government of Mongolia, the National Tourism Development Committee headed by the Prime Minister was established. Consequently, starting from November 2022, a number of tasks have been started with the goal of developing travel and tourism of neighboring countries and tourism activities near the borders, including increasing the number of tourists from the Russian Federation. Just as Mongolian-Russian relations measured in centuries of history, tourism between the two countries has a long history. Although this relationship reached the peak of development in the 20th century, it was neutralized and almost stagnated for 20 years from 1990 to 2010. Tourism began to recover rapidly in 2010, but remained stagnant during the two-year period of COVID-19 pandemic.
First of all, I would like to note that Mongolian and Russian tourist industry representatives have never met in such a big group before. That's why we are expecting a great partnership and excellent, successful and sustainable cooperation from this event. From this year we are preparing so many new packages and new trip plans especially for Russian market. That's why Mongolian tour companies who work in Russian industry are organizing and preparing this beautiful event today. So there was a research of world tourism. Even in Russia, now about 70% of travelers are young people from generation Y and Z. That's why we need to switch and change our programs, which should be suitable for those youngsters.
My company is Grand Rus Tours. We are since 2006. We are incoming tour operator, and we're interested in Mongolian market because we work with companies from all over the world, and now they ask us some new destination. First of all, it was very important to me to understand the logistic way, how we could come here, through what airline company and railway company, if the way is comfortable or not, to give suggestions to our passengers. And now my interest is get to know more accommodation, restaurants and guides. To have all these aspects, I could understand how is better to promote Mongolia to my clients.
Can you share with us your unique trip, your company unique trip?
Yes, we do unique trips, we do tailor-made trips, we work on request, so we know our client, profile of our clients, so we came here to understand better the destination and to share this information with our clients.
At the beginning of December 2022, a Russian media reporting team came to Mongolia and reported on the situation in Mongolia's tourism and hospitality industry and started promoting it intensively. On the occasion of Russian New Year's long holiday, the New Year in Mongolia program was successfully implemented. So far, 6,000 foreign tourists have arrived in Mongolia, 4,000 of them were Russian tourists. Russia has a population of 145 million, ranks 9th in the world in terms of population, shares a 3,485-kilometer border with Mongolia, and operates 9 ports through which people can enter Mongolia.
I come from Ofs province. I'm here to see the international forum, and even I would like to develop the tourism sector in my original province. And yesterday I participated in a meeting too. And what I saw from there is was the developing the border tourism. Yeah, that's what I interested more. Even the Russian tourists like to see the natural beauty with water. Yeah, so here the tourists of the companies, representatives from Russia, quite interested in nature with water.
Okay, my name is Andrei. I'm a representative of the Russian tour operator ITM Group, who specialized for the FITN Group tours to the Asia, to all Asia. We are based in Moscow. For example, in Mongolia, we just like to start to operate there, but we did a lot of trips in Asia, unique, like Bhutan Kingdom, like some gastronomy tour to Singapore, and a lot of things in Asia. Yeah, and now we are looking for the new markets for our clients, for our B2B agents, and Mongolia is so interesting for us.
As a result of creating a website Mongolia in Russian and actively promoting it through social media and other forms of the media, as well as implementing many types of activities over the course of 2 months, Mongolia has again begun to attract the attention of potential Russian tourists.
Please take a look at the current affairs of Mongolia.
The 11th meeting of India-Mongolia Joint Working Group of the Ministries of Defense was held in New Delhi on February 10th and 11th, in which both sides reviewed the progress of ongoing bilateral defense cooperation projects and identified new initiatives to further enhance the defense cooperation by taking specific steps in this direction. Since elevation of the bilateral relationship to a strategic partnership level in 2015, during the historic visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Mongolia has become an important partner in the Act East policy, which can be seen by India's support for several development partnership projects in Mongolia. This was the first physical interaction of the joint working group since the COVID pandemic and was co-chaired by Brigadier General Kahoik Daugdorj, State Secretary and the Minister of Defense, and Director General in the Indian Ministry of Defense, Ajay Kumar. Expressing satisfaction at the growing ties between India and Mongolia, both sides resolved to intensify and expand their defense cooperation. The Indian side also agreed to continue to participate in the multilateral peacekeeping Conquest event and to hold a bilateral military exercise Nomadic Elephant at mutually convenient dates in the near future and to assist in capacity building of the Mongolian armed forces officers.
Now here comes currency exchange rates provided by the Central Bank of Mongolia. We reported in our previous editions that the Mongolian rescue team is working in the Turkish city of Hatay, devastated by the recent 7.8 magnitude earthquake. But rescuers continue finding people alive days after a devastating earthquake. Details submitted by our MNB reporter in Turkey.
When a country is hit by a natural disaster such as an earthquake, the first 72 hours after a disaster are crucial. Response must begin during that time to save lives. However, the Mongolian rescue team indicated that in rare situations, people are found alive days after the earthquake occurred.
As you all can see, the rescue operation is ongoing. Currently, after 198 hours, 3 people were saved and recovered from the rubble. In addition, an 85-year-old woman was found alive after 8 days. All those people managed to hide in some empty space that allowed them to stay alive after the building collapsed.
According to rescuers, more and more children are recovered alive from the rubble, even though the probability to recover someone alive is decreasing each minute.
When there is less possibility of finding people alive, our guide advises rescuers not to take unnecessary risks. I remember a daughter and family members were crying as they couldn't recover the body of their father. The Mongolian rescue team recovered the body and passed it to their family members.
On Tuesday, the rescue team recovered 10 bodies and managed to find and rescue 8 more people from the rubble.
Please take a look at the weather forecast for the world's major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying tuned. We'll see you next time with more news and updates. Have a nice day.